In this video, I want to show you step by step how I made this floating shelf with secret compartment and fingerprint door lock. I'm Eddie Field with Field Guide to DIY. Let's dive in. It seems that secret compartments and hidden doorways are all the rage, and I learned that with the popularity of my video on the hidden bookcase doorway. So I tried my hand at this floating bookshelf with secret compartment. You see, when everything's hidden, it looks like a normal floating bookshelf. But when you need it at a moment's notice, you just tap the programmed fingerprint on the scanner and it opens right up, giving you access to your valuables. Now, this is for demonstration purposes only. This is not an approved gun safe. Please store your firearms safely. So I had some scrap wood laying around, so I ripped it at 3.5 inches. And I wanted to catch both studs that are usually 16 inches on center. That's why I made the width of the shelf 20 inches. I wanted it to come out 12 inches, and so I cut my side pieces at 10.5. I used my Craig pocket hole jig to sink pocket holes in each of the corners. That squared it up nicely. Then I glued and screwed it. I had some 1/2-inch plywood sheeting laying around, but I didn't want to have the plies showing. So that's why I cut it so it would fit inside the front, back, and side pieces. Once the front, back, and side pieces were dry, I then put in the top piece. Glued that in place and tacked that and let that set overnight. Now the next day, I had to measure the opening of the underside, and I had to give it enough room for the swing of the door to open and close. Then I also drilled a hole for the fingerprint door lock and screwed that into place. Then I programmed the fingerprint lock and got that ready. I applied 3 coats of polyurethane clear satin finish. This will give an extra subtle sheen and also added protection in case we want to have any plants up there. Next, I also had some scrap masonite laying around, so that's how I traced and cut out for the firearms. Then I attached the cutout for the firearms to the bottom shelf. I used some CA glue liberally. Have you ever used CA glue? It is the bomb. You ought to check it out. I'll have a link in the description to this product. But I'll give you a tip. Make sure you're going to trace around your cutout. Otherwise, you might have the unsightly appearance of glue streaks throughout the place where your guns are going to go. Then, because I wanted the shelf to come down easily and not just flop down, I installed this gas strut. Then I drilled some pilot holes and screwed the floating shelf to the studs. And just like that, our valuables are safe and secure, and no one's the wiser. That's how I made this floating shelf with secret compartment. To see how I made the hidden bookcase doorway, click the image on your screen now.